Good evening, good evening, good evening. Welcome to my channel, The Underrated Darkness. Yours truly, the number one grinder, one of the best kept secrets on YouTube. Welcome to the Underrated MMA Sports Talk number 24, y'all. Yeah, number 24. Also, I did the Underrated Boxing Talk number 50. Yep, number 50. But also MMA, we moving up there. We get things done. We get things done. And we're gonna plug it all. We're gonna plug Brother George in after the intro. Let me read this out. All right, read this out. Come on, everybody, just come on in, come on in, come on in, come on in. All right, all right, all right. Come and join real conversation with the number one grinder, us as the righteous ones individually. Let's make a change within ourselves and genuine being there for each other. We all we got. Just remember that, y'all. We all we got. We all we got. Yeah, so we're gonna hit you with this intro. And and we be right back.
But y'all thought y'all wasn't gonna see me? I'm the Osiris of this shit. Check this out. Perfect. Champion, way of the warrior, champion eyes, get back up, my spirit cries.
But you're a well-rounded warrior. You keep on fighting. That's what I am. Well-rounded warrior. I say for me, I've been passed over my family, my fans, so-called family, some so-called family members, some friends, and etc. Pass over me. They feel that I'm not even there, and I used to accept it as I'm gonna prove something to you. Nah, that I have to understand when I get older is what I am. And I have to understand that when I'm moving of a certain space of my life to strive to do better, not that many people are going to understand your vision. Not many people is refused to understand the growth of your vision, of your self-vision. The growth of your vision help some.
You ain't lying.
Welcome to the Underrated MMA Sports Talk number 24. I'm gonna unleash the brothers here. And welcome, brothers. How you doing? Introduce yourselves, please.
All right, good evening, people. This is your man, all the way George Page, aka the Emperor of Female Bodybuilding Talk, aka the Emperor of WMA Talk. Coming to you live here on the underrated uh, the channel, the number one grinder.
All right. Go ahead,
Good evening.
X.
Good
Go.
good evening, brothers. Good evening, brother Underrated Darkness. Good evening, brother George Pace. And also good evening to all the brothers and sisters that are in the chat room. I hope you guys stop by and have a good afternoon as we talk this MMA talk. Before you come into this video, make sure you hit the like button. It's like I say, when you hit that like button, you're showing the support to us as we get this work going on this evening.
All right. Welcome, brothers. How you do? How's the brothers doing tonight?
All righty, just like I said, before I got here, it was a list of one of the coaches' sessions, and he was really we were talking about also what's going on there. But pretty much it's a slow weekend, just not much else to do, and just was looking forward to this.
Yeah, man. I appreciate y'all been rolling with the number one grinder, man. On this MMA thing. I just want to let you know, and I appreciate even the ones in the past had came on the panel too. I appreciate that. I really do. Oh yeah, I forgot to tell you, man. I reached the number 50 at the underrated boxing talk.
Yeah, I saw that this afternoon when you was talking with the brothers on the panel, man. I just want to say salute, man. That's a lot of hard work you put in, man, to reach number
Congratulations.
50.
Yeah, I didn't know that till I like looked at like, wow, I didn't know. But
Yeah.
and I appreciate y'all support for that too. But let me tell you one thing about this though too before we continue. We have our ups and downs in MMA and stuff like that. But this is we reach up to 24. That's an accomplishment for all of us, you know, not just me as a team. So um we offer people a different way, is look at MMA too. And so I think so. I appreciate y'all that y'all stick with me and we as a family. So I appreciate that and everything. So let's get into it, y'all. Which fight which match you want to talk about?
Um.
Well, I'm gonna be honest with you guys. I was flip flopping between both the UFC and the Red Sox game. So, because like I said, my mind is glued onto the Red Sox. I mean, they're in the Major League Champions, and I want them to win soon. So I was
Hello.
Are you bugging?
Must be some ways connection. Well, like I said, I didn't watch but a couple of fights. That was one lady I supported, Lupe Gutierrez, who I did an interview some time ago. I watched her fight with Luana Carolina.
Mm-hmm.
did
Also,
miss some of the.
what?
I
He's
think
he
somebody's
leaving now.
connection went out.
All right.
Well, like I was saying that I was flip flopping between both the Red Sox game and the UFC event, so I managed to catch some of the fights on the fight night on Lad versus Dumont, and I'm gonna be honest with you brothers. Um, this fight card, I mean, don't get me wrong though, they had a couple good finish, but um, this fight card was just not that good. It was just not that good. Um, like I said, it was just let's see what fight. I mean, don't get me wrong. The fight in the bantamweight division between Gannad versus Dana Davis, that was finish. Um, the women's flyweight between Lupin Godinez versus Luna Carolina was okay. Dana Roberts versus Renas Esnov, that fight was a little bit boring. Andrew
Mm-hmm.
Sanchez versus Bruno Silva, that was a brutal knockout. But like I said, when you get to the main card, I mean, Nate Landrov beat Lawrence Cleave by submission. Mara Feroza decision. Mara Bueno Silva. That fight got me really upset because I just didn't like how Mara Bueno Silva, instead of her showboating, she should at least went after Feroza. But the thing though I noticed about Feroza is that Feroza just keeps she keep doing the same 1-2, the same combination, the 1-2 into the side kick to the stomach. And like I said, she's gonna have to switch that up, and when she fights somebody who could counter that, because I don't know what the hell Michael Brunson was doing, where she was just, like I said, every time she would get hit with that same combination, she would just keep showboating. Like I said, she should at least went after Feroz a little bit more. But like I said, I wasn't really all that impressed with that match either. That match. Go ahead, George, if you've got something.
You mean Manon Ferriat? It's Ferriat.
Yeah, Ferriat.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. When they talk about Mara Bueno Silva, she's crazy. She just likes to get hit, so like that. I mean, she's not all together. And it said that Manon was kind of disappointed because she didn't get a knockout. Like her last fight, she beat a strawweight, and she had a girl against the fence, holding her head, hitting her in the head. I mean, but it was, like I said, we get closer to the top 10, it's going to be difficult. You're going to be fighting people who've been fighting just as longer, who are a little bit more a better skill set. It's going to be tougher for her. You're not going to get too many more finishes after that.
Right. But like I said, I think I think Ferriat, she needs to switch up her combination, because like I said, she was just doing the 1-2 into this, and then like I said, the side kick to the side of the body. She's gonna have to switch that up if she's gonna have when she fights somebody in the top 10, because like I said, somebody's gonna figure her out pretty soon, man. You know what I mean? But the next fight that I didn't really get to see it, but I saw the highlight. Jim Miller, he punched, knocked out Eric Gonzalez. And to tell you guys the truth though, Jim Miller, he's been in the UFC since I believe back in 2009, or is it 2006 that this guy has been here? Let me look it up real quick.
Mm-hmm.
He's been in the UFC since 2008. Wow. That's crazy. Yeah, that's crazy. And the thing is though, he's still winning. This man is still winning. So that's very impressive. And like I said, he one shot knocked out Eric Gonzalez, and after that he got $50K for that knockout, man. And to be honest though, I think Jim Miller should have been the one to main event this card, man. Other than the fight that they gave us, that so-called main event they gave us, which we're going to talk about coming out. But the next fight was within the heavyweight. The co-main was Andre Arlovski versus Carlo Felipe. Like I said, I didn't really catch this fight that much, but I saw that Andre Arlovski. He got the decision in this fight, and I saw that Carlos Felipe. When I was watching the highlight, he was like protesting. I mean, like, buddy, you can't be like protesting if you're not gonna throw anything. You know what I mean? You can't trying to pump up the crowd. You got to go after him. But like I said, Andre Arlovski, he's another one too who's been in the UFC.
Mm-hmm.
Since 2000. So damn, he's been in the UFC since almost 20 years. I know that he left the UFC back in 2009, but still, I mean, this guy's been in the UFC since UFC 28. Wow.
Because remember, he stepped out for a while, started a little acting career. He was in that was Universal Soldier reboot with Van Damme. He did a couple of movies here and there. He was also a heavyweight title contender at one point, but I think he lost a couple of fights to slow down. I know he's got to be over 40, and you're still fighting. Most guys at that age are retired. Or they're
Yeah.
fighting over a Bellator. I remember Andre when I started watching MMA. I remember him back in the day.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's 42. He's 42 years old right now. And he is, I'm looking at his record right now. He is 4-5 in his last 5 fights. So that's impressive. That's very impressive.
hmm After coming back a lot to not be active for almost, let's say, 10, 12 years.
Mm.
Yeah, I think I remember his last fight that I saw him. It was about a couple years ago. I think it was, and he kind of struggled a bit, but he I think he won that fight. He barely won that fight. Forgot who it was.
All right, let me look it up. Let me see. Let me look it up. Let's see. This damn computer sometimes. Yeah. Okay, so uh the last fight that he lost was against Tom Aspinall. And like I said, no, like I said, his last 5 fights, he's 4-5. So, but like I said, he lost to Tom Aspinall. He got knocked out by Jarnino Rasmussen, and I know what the fight you talk about. Alesko Sakai. It was a decision, but it was a split decision. It could have gone
Mhm.
either way.
Yeah, that's
It
what
could
I
have gone either way.
because he kind of struggled in that fight. And and the other guy he talked about who been, there's not too many guys who's, some guys take a break, come back. Robbie Lawler, he did the same thing. He took a break, he came back. And it's just sometimes they get a second win, but other times, Danny just bring him back because they're guys that he liked.
Yeah.
Guys who just really brought a lot of attention to sport. Like, he brought back Cupcake Hate Tate because he needs somebody from back in the day that really got to. He can't get Randy back because Ronda's not gonna come back. He's done. You know, if
Yeah.
he, I don't think there's anybody else that's outside of that he'll give an opportunity to outside of maybe uh not Tito Ortiz because him and Tito I think they're on bad terms. Maybe Matt Hughes, but Matt Hughes I think he's done. Most definitely, I know he'll give George St. Pierre a shot if he wants to come back. I mean, it's just so few people that Dana give that privilege. Say, hey, you want to come back? They say I'm going to retire. Say, you want to come back? Say, I'll come back. It's so few.
Right. But George, there's one more fight on the card. I saw this one. Because I believe the Red Sox game it ended right before the main event started, and I saw the disappointing main event between Aspen Ladd and Norman Dumont, and I was very disappointed with this fight because I was hearing stories that Norman Dumont said that she didn't have $50 to spare. So I was saying to myself, I thought, okay, maybe Norman's going to come into this fight to stop Aspen Ladd so she get a $50K bonus. But no, I was terribly wrong. She came into this fight just to bore me to sleep. Like I said, Aspen Ladd didn't do nothing. I mean, she tried so many times to get Norman Dumont, but she couldn't. This fight was just so fucking boring. I don't know why this fight was the main event. I know the UFC is trying to hype up Aspen Ladd, but let's be real honest, though, Aspen Ladd is not that great. She's really not that great. And like I said, I'm also disappointed in Norma Dumont because she should have stopped an Aspen Ladd. She should have stopped her. But
Yeah.
like I said, man, that main event last night, man, it bored me to sleep, man. I felt like I wanted to fall asleep during the main event. That's how boring it was, man. You know what I mean? But like I said, I was telling you guys, the UFC is trying to hype up Aspen Ladd, but she's just not that great. She really ain't that great. Ever since Jermaine Ray put her on her ass, she's just never been the same. She's just never been the same, man.
The thing with her is that she's kind of like a butter squarehead version of Paige Van Zandt. I mean, I don't know. She's not that attractive. She's like that girl. Remember that guy, Kenny, what's his face, that made a remark about Megan Anderson being a 3 a.m. But Aspen Ladd is a
That
5
was,
a.m. What's his name again?
I think it was Casey. Casey. I can't remember his last name, but
I
yeah,
think
his name was Casey.
it's Kenny, as Kenny, whatever it was. And he made a comment about Megan Anderson being a 3 a.m. Where Aspen Ladd is a 5 a.m. I mean, but then I just, I don't know why they're pushing her so much. I think she's not that good at fighting. She last person she beat was Yana Kuliskaya, and Yana's is a so-so fighter. And it's just, and then her last couple of fights is doing her weight issues. That fight she has had with Leslie Smith, because she was on her period, and then this last fight she wants to fight against Macy Chazon, because she doesn't really belong at 145. She doesn't really belong at 135. I think, I don't know. They can do where some of the fights where were issues, because I think she's still young. Her body's still changing. She might as well just go ahead and just get out, because the guy who's her corner man was her boyfriend, and people talking about how he was talking to her, he talking to her. But every corner man, if you see a fighter not doing anything, you tell him something to try to motivate him. But the problem is she's a young girl, and you can't tell a young girl stuff to like that, because in their mind they're just gonna, what I'm saying, well, he don't care anymore. Just like, you gotta sweet talk him, saying, baby, you gotta do better, you gotta do this, you gotta do that, you gotta do that, and then she might even improve a little bit. But the problem is you can't just go like, hey, you lose this round, you can't, you can't, because she has that mentality. She's of that generation X, not X, generation Z, the ones that are born after after before the 90s end, right about she's born in the I think in the mid 90s, and that generation is they think everything is supposed to be theirs. It supposed to be, but that's the mentality of her. She's just, and Norma. Well, I like Norma because Norma got some cakes, and I think she really go hard like she should have. Seeing like that, she could have put her Aspen by the third round if she wanted to, but she just, just reserving steam and try to push me as the next person to fight Amanda Nunes. There's nobody in that division right now to fight Amanda Nunes unless they bring back Sabo, which we know is not going to ever happen, because Dana White is a bitch boy in his feelings. It's sad. This could be a strong division. There's fighters right now that would love to come in 145. They got fighters right now that should go to 145. Macy Chazon, Bay Malecki, a couple others who are killing themselves quite a sweet in 135. That's why Bay, she got knocked out in her last fight, because she can't. She's tall. She's a big girl, she's a tall, big Swede, and she can't be fighting. Can't keep 145. That's why Major Chase keep going on injuries, because she's killing herself trying to make 145. Go 135. Go up to 145, where that's the perfect weight for you. You bring a little more size, and you can you do a little better. But that's, you can't tell nobody nothing. You can't tell nobody nothing.
Yeah. Yeah, we gonna welcome brother Watch him the building.
Watch ya.
What's up?
Watch
What's
it.
up?
Stop, brother.
We're back, man. What are we talking? We're talking the 145?
Yes, it's just like I said, what it was, they were trying to push it, is Aspen Ladd, the weight right height. This has been back to back. I think this is what's gonna hurt WMA, when you have two back to back women fights, that main event, and then they don't do as good as they should. Especially when they're pushing two people, like they're pushing Mackenzie Dern, and then they're pushing Aspen Ladd.
I mean, Aspen Ladd was not all that. I mean, I might have it confused, but like I think Jermaine Durandamy beat Aspen Ladd like 2 years ago or something.
Knocked out in like 15 seconds.
Yeah, like no, these girls are just, they're not really any match for Amanda. Like Amanda, is beating her own leftovers, and those leftovers are beating Aspen Ladd. So I don't really think that. I don't know what Dana's trying to push, man. he is losing credibility every day now. I'm just seeing stuff pop up, and he got no idea, man.
Mhm. That's the problem with Dana White. He don't even run the UFC per se. They just let him do it because as you know, he sold his company Zuffa, and now he's on the ESPN. Somebody could step in and say, "Hey, Dana, man, you're fucking up. Excuse my language. You need to step to the side. What we're going to do like this. We're going to break. We keep you as a figurehead, but we're going to share the rest of the power among the other two guys, Sean Shelby and Nick Maynard. If they're going to set up fights, we make sure. And also, this is what you do. This is my personal feeling. Bring in Shannon Knapp and let her take over the women. She does a better job over than Victor. Bring her in and say, well, like I know it's different. Like I said, I know Daily, but you know what? We need somebody who has more better touch with this. So we're gonna bring in Shannon. She'll take over the women. Nick and the other guy can take care of the rest of the guys. Let her control the women. Let her do the recruiting. Or you can still be around. You can have your contender show. We'll bring back Tough and stuff like that. You be here. You just be a figurehead. And that's all of it. We'll pay you just to be the pop on, social media, stuff like that, do a little talking. But you're not gonna have no real power.
Another thing I want to bring up to you, brothers, is that the UFC, like I said, over the couple of months has taken a really big fall. We all know the whole incident with John Jones. Recently, Chuck Liddell, like I said, Luis Pena. And now Conor McGregor, if you guys know, he just punched a reporter.
No, somebody. It was a DJ. It was an Italian DJ. Because Coach was talking about. Yeah, Coach was talking about that before I came over here. It was DJ in Italy because they were hanging out. Him, his girlfriend, and his girlfriend, and that DJ's wife were all hanging out. And he just attacked the guy.
So, so I'm gonna ask you guys. So, with all this things that's current out of the UFC, do you think the UFC should stop cutting these fighters if they cause trouble outside the UFC? Because to me, I think it's just making the UFC look bad. So what do you brothers think about that?
I'll go last. Go ahead.
Watch his last man in. He's first man gave his opinion.
I mean, they got to get cut. Okay, plain and simple. Jones really should have been out in 2016, maybe 2017 if we want to push a little more. Remember, he head kicked Daniel Cormier when he was on steroids. Okay, he could have killed someone that night, and then all the other shit that he's been doing since 2013, 2014 outside the ring, and then this. And he got kicked out of his own gym, but even that gym is considering bringing him back. And then you got frickin' McGregor out here. That guy has turned into a complete joke, and it's so boring to the point where it's like, yeah, I'm not. Oh wow, he punched someone. Big surprise, it's all the time now. He's just going around. I've not known someone to assault people in public more and still end up just not going to prison or anything. They got to get cut. They bring a bad name on the company, as it already is. And it's funny because a lot of these guys get more respect than guys upstanding champions who are active. So yeah, let's just start getting cut, man. For the really extreme shit, they should. Trust me. And there's other names.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, can't forget about Anthony Robin Johnson. He had a couple of domestic assault cases on him, and they kept him for a good while. John Jones can't get right. Coke. Between the coke, the steroids, hitting a pregnant woman in her car, running off, shooting guns, and getting drunk. I mean, and the Rico John gym is not the best gym in the world because right now it's about name. Right now, Clarissa Shields need to get out of there. Get out of there. Somebody need to take her to a decent gym, a good dungeon gym, and build her up as a better fighter. She needs to get out of there. It's just, and Conor McGregor, ever since he got that money from the Floyd Mayweather fight, he just went crazy. I mean, he's on some Rick James, Mike Tyson kind of thing. I mean, crashing cars and hijacking women. I mean, he just, there's nothing you can do for Frosted Lucky Charms. He just, I mean,
So Underrated, what do you think about that?
get booted out. Tired of nonsense. Giving him, and and Dana White ain't gonna do nothing. And I'm saying Dana White need to go. That's the one he need to go. Especially McGregor again. But I guess
Listen,
it's
I
all
don't
about
like this. Sorry for cutting you off,
it's
brother.
all
Go
about
ahead.
the skin. It's all about protection of the skin, isn't it? Privilege,
Mhm.
right?
Protection
But
and perfection.
that too. But you have to remember though, Jones, Conor McGregor, and they put ass in the seats, and that's what the
Yeah.
UFC like. Because like I said, and Luis Pena, nobody didn't know who the fuck Luis Pena was. He was a good fighter, but he was a guy that wasn't put any ass in the seat, so he got cut. But like I said, Jones and Conor McGregor, like I said, the UFC is not gonna cut him. But be honest though, they should be cut though. They should, because like I said, they are
Should have
damaged
been cut.
the reputation of the UFC, man. You know what I mean?
Yeah. They should have been got cut.
But you know how it is. They're always, like I said, they're always going to support the stupid fighters who don't, who do stupid stuff, and they're not going to give the fighters who are decent people who come and fight, who don't start no trouble. It's like you get rewarded for bad behavior. That's the thing. I mean, like I'm trying to think of who a fighter who got cut, and and it's just with no other reason just to cut him. I mean, like a lady who did an interview with Miss Sarah Alpart, Too Sweet Alpart. She got cut. She only lost 2 fights, and and then the first fight she fought against Jesse Clark, and that's a veteran. You're gonna have a tough time. Now she fights Erin Blanchfield, who's up and comer. Okay, but then you have fighters like I said. When talking with her, who are on a 4-fight losing streak. Tisha Torres, Holly Holm. They still keep them. You only keep Holly because she's what we call the great white height. And Holly's getting older. I think she has that what's that disease with old people where your bones get brittle. She just she needs to go. She messed up her marriage because she wanted to be this fighter. Her husband said your husband was ready here. You know what, baby? Let's take some time. We're still young. Let's have some kids. Let's settle down a little bit. Take a step back from fighting. But no, she want to keep on fighting. Now look at her now. You ain't got no man. You're alcoholic, and the man you were messing with, he's in trouble. It's pitiful. It's pitiful.
We cannot leave out the one that Dana White paid to get her tits done.
She's a cupcake potato, and she's on Aspen last case about her missing weight. She missed weight. This is just I just can't stand. I can understand why Ronda Rousey did not like her. I can truly understand why. And you know what? It's a good thing you did break her stupid arm. It's a good thing you just break her stupid arm.
Yeah, you're right. Everything what you're saying, right? They need to go like Jones, McGregor, rest of them. And then you cut Tyrone Woodley. For what?
Didn't he leave on his own?
No, they cut him.
They cut him.
Remember, they cut him.
Yes, they cut
Shit, I
him.
don't know.
He didn't leave on his
I thought
own.
he left. I thought he left because he was done with his contract.
No, he cut him.
They cut him. It probably was done his contract. Could have renewed his contract. He's still a decent fighter. Yes, he took a couple of losses, but he was a champion, and he's still a decent fighter. But they just looking for a reason to cut him. They cut him. It's just that's all what it is. I mean, there's fighters who've been on worse. Like I said, there's been fighters who've been on a worse losing streak than he was, and they still got it. Fighters. Yeah, and fighters like Nick Diaz comes out of retirement just to fight. I mean, why bring this guy who's like maybe a million years old, just to bring him just to get whooped on and to quit?
Just quit. And I understand why you're letting fighters be losing like 5 or 6 times and y'all keeping them. What?
Mm-hmm.
We want
I don't
to
know, man.
we try to get people to watch the sport. We don't want to draw people away from the sport. If people are like, why I should watch this? Why a champion, hey, lose 2 I get cut, but this you got a journeyman or journeywoman use 5 or 6 straight, and it's okay. And then you get boobs done, you get lips done. Well, a woman want to get their behind to be done. Well, why not, Dana White? You got the money. You want to get
You know what's
I want to get my behind done. You know, hey, why not? Why not, Dana White? Why not?
It's funny,
Okay.
man, because we were talking about Tyron Woodley, but how many fights has Donald Cerrone won since, like, he lost to Ferguson, Gaethje, McGregor?
He took a dive for McGregor.
Yeah, probably did. Then he had a draw with Pettis. No, he lost to Pettis. And then he had a draw with Nico Price, and then he lost. So he lost 6 fights in a row, pretty much, right?
Right.
Yeah,
But he's still with them. And remember as well, I don't know if you knew, but Woodley and I think it was either Nick Diaz or Nate Diaz. I think it was Nate. They were meant to have a fight, and Woodley signed the contract, but Nate Diaz didn't.
Yeah.
But these guys are still in the UFC, and they keep losing and shit. You know what I mean? So that just telling Dana White goes on about like, oh, it's so hard to deal with the Diaz brothers. I mean, you could cut their contract. Like, you know, they haven't won a fight in like 10 years. So, you know, and Nick Diaz quit in his last fight.
Right.
You know, at least Robbie Lawler showed him the way.
Mm-hmm.
You know, he really did.
The problem with,
Because,
go ahead.
you know, he whooped his ass. He got his ass whooped.
The problem with Dana White, he's too nostalgic. That's what it is. He's too nostalgic, and that's nostalgia don't pay the bills. You need to move on. You know, you need to build the up and coming fighters. You need to, you know, like I said, that's why the ESPN need to strip him. Like I won't say yes, you know, kind of, you know, downgrade his powers, make him a figurehead.
That's not going to happen.
I know it's not going to happen.
That's not going to happen. It's not going to happen.
It's not going to happen.
Yeah, but it's the better solution because if he keeps on, he's going to keep fighters that need to go ahead and retire. He's going to.
Oh, you know,
fighters.
we not disagreeing with you. We with you.
I know.
The way, but they're not going to do that. And
I know.
You know what's going to happen? It's going to be somebody's going to trash. It's going to happen. And you know, Dana, we had to talk like this. It's going to be some drastic going to happen. You heard it from you heard it from here, right here, the Underrated MMA Sports Talk number 24. You hear from here. You watch and see. Some drastic is gonna happen in there for you. Don't know where, but some drastic is gonna happen.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It is.
One person we forget to mention about is Platinum Piss Perry. He's
got to go as well. He's done. I mean, all these guys have done shit outside, inside the ring, even. I mean, these guys talk mad shit about guys like Usman and all these other champions. Then they get their ass whooped by someone that's not even in the top 10, you know? And then they go on a freaking assault raid, you know, in public. It's just ridiculous. Like, I don't know anymore, man. There's too many divas in the sport.
I don't understand. I thought being a diva, right? I thought you were supposed to wear skirts. Wear some perfume. I thought you were supposed to wear some high heels and stuff. I thought you were supposed to walk down the aisle and present yourself as a woman. I thought that was a diva. I thought now divas can't even win a top, not even a top 10 contender.
I mean, divas is one thing. Patti LaBelle's a diva. Mariah Carey's a diva. Whitney Houston was a diva. I mean, it's just sad. These guys. I mean, you know, it's one. The problem is divas need to be in over the women's division because the women's division they don't do enough. There's not enough. It's too. I think this is what I think I kind of missed about like good rivalries like Ronda's and Misha's, or who can I think of else? I think Cyborg and Marlos Conan. I mean, the women now in the division are too friendly. I mean, like always touching gloves when the round starts. I don't want to touch your gloves every time the round starts.
I want to take your head off.
Yeah, hugging.
I want, I want, I want to stomp your face through the floor. I want to take you. I want to rip your ear apart and shove it in your mouth. I'm not your friend.
Mhm. I want to be like Mike Tyson. I want to eat your kid's horse out. I want your praises Allah. That's the problem.
Right.
Is I think I would like to see a fighter who goes in there. I'm not shaking your hand. I'll give you a fist bump when the fight's over. But hugging you, no. That's if you're not my blood, you're not my family. That's too intimate. I'm here to
Too many
fight.
friends. Yeah, you right. Too many friends. Yo,
I'm
too
here.
many buddy. Like, yo, sit at the family table and eat. No, I don't want to eat with you.
You know.
I really trying to. I really trying to take it. I really trying to break. I'm trying. Oh, I'm gonna be now. Wait a minute. I'm trying to break your leg off and shove it in your ass. That's what I want to do. I
I'm
don't have
here.
no time to be your friend.
No, I'm not gonna help you up when you're on the mat. I'm gonna let you lay there. You get yourself up. It just
Or maybe I'm gonna jump a knee and go through your throat.
do like Bruce Lee.
Damn.
Do like Bruce Lee. In what was that movie? Into the Dragon. When they got horror, he goes like. Just touch this man's shit. That's what cute. That's the problem is. It's just I understand the sportsmanship thing because I remember I was telling this to Sarah like she says it's about sportsmanship. Forget sportsmanship. It's the hurt game. I was like Coach mentions right. Remember Pride? If you remember Pride, like back in the day, people like that, like even Redneck Silver and Rampage still don't get along. I mean, that was real aggression. Real, you don't like this man. This man's getting away from you from a victory, from you climbing for a shot to the title. You don't need to be buddy with him. You can be cordial, but you don't need to be shaking his hand every time you see him. You don't need to give him a hug after the end of the fight. You don't need to touch gloves every time a round start. Like if I'm standing there to touch gloves, I'm touching their gloves. We're here to fight. Why need to be friendly?
I ain't gonna touch the gloves. I want you my lunch, and I hope and I want your breakfast, lunch, and dinner. And after that, that's it. I don't care. No, no, no. And it friendly. This is sports right now. Hey, we go. Listen, man. Let's go out to dinner before the game. No, I'm not going out to no. I hate you.
Damn.
Hate's too extreme. I say I don't like you too much. The hate
Nah,
you.
no, that's bad. No, you know what I mean.
Yeah, I'm
You in
saying
war. You in war now.
this is war. This is war. You're the enemy, and my job is to defeat the
You're
enemy.
right. You're right, exactly. Yeah.
We
And then after that, I shake your hand.
well, I'm not shaking your hand. I give you a fist bump. We need Clubber Lane. We want pay. We want go to the man's house. And say, hey man, take him come over to my house, and I show you what real man's about. That's what we need. We need Ivan Drago.
Man, you talking about my family? I ain't said nothing about it. You want me to shake your hand? No. I'm gonna show you up front of your house, man. Yo, listen, man. You gotta settle it, dog. Nah, man. Or yeah. I'm just saying. I got a crowbar, man. Nah. Man, you guys, come on, man. Nah, he ain't joking, man. Nah, I'm joking, man. I want to crowbar you, man. Yeah, I want to rip you. Yo, bunch of cards out. Yeah, let's go, man. Nah. You talking about my family, man. Nah. That's all right. Nah, man. I'm just ain't no joking, man. Nah.
Pop the trunk.
I'm gonna pop the trunk.
So underrated. So did you watch the Bellator card?
I watched a little bit of it because I wasn't feeling good. It was okay.
It was I didn't really see it, but Benson Henderson, his wife won. She won her fight, and tough break for Benson to lose his fight. I mean, I think he's one of those. I think he might well go ahead and retire. This guy was pretty good. I remember when he was back in Rec. He went across the cage and kicked the guy in the head. I mean, he was pretty good. But now
that was no. That was Anthony Pettis who did that to Benson Henderson.
Oh, I thought Henderson did that to Pettis. Oh,
nope. That
Oh,
was back in WC.
yeah, Rick. Yeah. Oh, I thought Pettis did that to somebody. I
That's
don't know.
what I thought
I mean,
too.
I thought Henderson did that to somebody.
Nah,
Because
because
back
that's the
then,
kick that because that's the kick that the UFC always used to promote Anthony Pettis. I remember that shit. It was annoying.
uh,
Yeah. So let
but
me
yeah,
ask y'all a question. Do y'all think the brother watch, I want to get to it. Y'all was talking, I was like, take care, I'm getting my food ready, and y'all talking 145. Do you think it should be a 145 division?
they need to build it for the women. They most definitely. There's women
That's
out
what I'm talking
there.
for the woman, yes.
There's women out there that would love to compete in that division. Recently, as I said, I did a video where the UFC cut some women. There's a woman, Olga Rubin. Olga Rubin fought Julia Budd for the title about a couple years back. She's only 6-2. She'd be perfect. Plus, about her, she's blonde, she's white. But thing is, she lives in Israel, and that's the problem is that she can't be able to. If she can travel better and come here, this is why I say some fighters, most of these fighters, this is where you work at. This is where you're always gonna get a chance to get a fight. You need to stay here. That's why it was a while back. Mara Breno Silva had issues with her visa. Other fighters like Ruby Gutierrez had issues with visa. She lives in Canada. You're gonna be fighting UFC. I understand, especially if you Brazilian, you feel comfortable at home, but you can do it like this. You can find other Brazilian fighters, especially ones that speak English. You can stay together. You can have a home, work out together. It'd be better to stay here because there's a good chance that we might call you for a fight. We need you here. We need you to be close. And with 145, there's like I said, there's a lady who I follow by the name of Ahmad Akila Ahmad. She's fighting and doing some BJJ tournaments. She fought in Invicta. She fought against Felicia Spencer. She lost against Felicia Spencer. She's impressive. She's still young. She's still impressive. That's another fighter that can recruit. There's a lot of women. They could have got Pam Bam Stores and Caitlin. They want to get them because they're too old in their mindset. Because Dana is ageist. He don't like women who's over 30. I'm surprised how one of the reasons why he keeps pushing Holly Holm because she's blonde, she's not married, she don't have kids. Either them.
Maybe he might do a little things with her, so you never know.
That's a possibility. There's been rumors that he has a jet, and sometimes he'll go up with that jet, like so you got to do what you got to do. But it's just the division can be built up, and the idea of people thinking, well, there's no women that big can be that attractive. What I mean, it's just 10 pounds from 135, and there's some women who are big women who are attractive. It's always you're not going to have a lot of women who look like Gabby Garcia, and she's a super heavyweight. And you're going to have some women who are 145, decent looking women you can use, you can sell, you can push. Say, hey, we got this girl here. So the guys will say, wow, she's like, wow. But the problem is the mentality of most guys, especially since the majority of the fan base is white male between 18 to 35. The idea of a woman is like 100 pounds and built like a 12-year-old boy with balloons on her chest.
Yo, Joe, you stupid.
Damn,
I'm not messing with you tonight, man. I'm not touching that tonight. See, you want me to get started. I'm not starting with you. I'm gonna leave me alone tonight, okay, George? Leave me alone tonight. I'm trying to be nice. So are you bad influence?
It's the pretty sage.
But you right, I ain't gonna say you ain't wrong. You right and everything. So, yeah. So, brother Watson, let me ask you a question. What fight? Let me ask each and every one of y'all. While the year is running down, what fights did y'all want to see happen? I mean, just wishful.
Which one is coming up with Usman and Covington?
Yep.
That's my fight. 267, I believe. No, 268. Yeah, this is a good card, especially that Chandler and Gaethje fight. Usman is gonna whoop this guy's ass. It's gonna be worse than last time. I can hear feedback, George, in your thing. And yeah, I mean, that's going to be a good event. It's in Madison Square Garden, so it's across the other side pretty much. So whatever excuses Colby's got lined up this time, I mean, he'll get his face broken again, really. You know, I've seen no improvements from him at all.
Wow.
He struggled in that Woodley fight, really. I mean, look at how we got it done. It took Woodley to really just Woodley's age beat him in that fight.
Right.
Colby wasn't coming forward and pressuring, and he was getting hit by punches that weren't even landing. It wasn't a good performance, considering that Woodley had lost to Burns and Usman just before that. He had the most poor performance out of all of them, which really he shouldn't have, but he did. I think the only chance Colby has to win that is to land some back of the head shot, because he tried it last time. He kicked Usman in the back of the head, and it did nothing. I think his body kick and his leg kicks can help him, but he's got to get countered, man. He's just too deluded at this point to just make any changes. He's got to try wrestle, and in doing so, he's got to get sprawled out. He's got to tire out. Usman's got to lean on him. He's got to put pressure on him if he tries to wrestle. And he's going to get his ass whooped. And I can't wait. It's going to be a fun fight while it lasts, but it's not going to go to the 5th round. And his body will get beat up in this fight even more than last time. He's going to get kicked up the middle to the solar plexus. He's going to eat jabs. And if it's in the clinch, Colby's going to want to get out of there because he can't match the technique or strength there. So, I can't wait for that one. That will be satisfying.
Okay, cool. S.A. Brother Gotcha. Same question, please. George?
Yeah, I'm here. I thought you were asking XA. You're gonna ask me.
S.A. Which fights you want to see before the year's out?
Sorry, I was on mute, my brothers. Like I said, I told you guys I was saying last weekend. The fight I'm looking forward to is Amanda Nunes is beating the shit out of Julian Pena, because, like I said, Julian Pena did not deserve to get the fight with Amanda. And like I said, Julian Pena has been running her big ass mouth, so I would love to see Amanda Nunes get her ass out of the way. And also, Doug Rose beat the shit out of John Blay, because, like I said, John Blay has been making so much excuses that it's to the point that I'm sick of that bitch already. So, like I said, that's the 2 fights I'm looking forward to for the end of the year.
Okay. Go ahead, Brother George.
No fights right now. I know Valentina just beat up the fight. I really want to see Valentina versus Meth Head Murphy, and she whooped her ass, and that's done. Cyborg got a fight versus Sinead Kavanaugh. It's gonna be some some flower bringing and song singing on this one. I mean, it's just there's no one's gonna be. I want to see Cyborg Nunes too. I want to see that fight. I want to see it happen. We're not gonna get it because Danny White is a bitch. He I can't stand his ass. He messes up everything. He could be really a real dude if he just whatever personal feelings you have with a fighter, put him to the side. It's about business. Whatever personal feelings you get, you can't bring him in business because that don't make you a good business. That makes you a whiny little baby. But pretty much there's really nothing. I mean, like I said, I already got my Valentina fight versus Mayfield Murphy. That was done. And after that, that was it. There's nothing really me waiting for the end of year 4.
Mm-hmm. Well, I say for me, and I'm being honest with you, to be come back, I would like him to snap McGregor's body in half. That'd be the most gratifying to me that I want. I promise you this, if that ever happened, I'm telling you, I'm gonna have a special underrated MMA talk, and I want to talk about this for the whole hour, whole 2 hours. We swear how he snap his body in half. I want to see all hands. I want this. I want him to cringe. I want that leprechaun to know that. I want he want to reach for that goal and to be will not give him that goal. I want to see that fight. Oh, I really do. I really do. And I want to see Dana White just cry. I want to don't do it to him. You better be quiet. I really do. Oh, I want to see that happen. Oh, I'll pay for that.
I think it's probably a while before we see Dana. Foster like Sharon's come back because injury like that, especially if like a complete snap of the bone, it'll take a while. He's just I don't know. He might as well start thinking about alternative forms of employment. I mean, he's still sitting on whatever left of that Mayweather money, but then he has his little business. I don't know who anybody's buying his trash whiskey. You know, he can always try acting, but I don't think he can act
I
a
don't want him
fool.
to act. I want his body to snap. I don't want to see him act. I don't want to see none of that. I want him to be in a wheelchair. I want everything taken from him. I really do. I do. I do. I just have to pray afterwards. But
He,
I do.
he was on a gurney. Was that good enough for you?
Right. Let me start this out. Oz loves to talk. Thanks for coming. Very much appreciated. Tom Malone, day one, brother. Thanks for coming. Very much appreciate you show up and everything. And very much appreciate that. Yeah, I love to see that, and I don't put it on pay review. No, I don't want to pay review. Put on regular TV. I'm talking about big screen, baby. Let that green leprechaun talk, and then then after he gets snapped, then you bring the old man back, the one he hit and just jumped on. Just jump on them, stomp on them, throw them around the octagon. I don't care. Just do it. Oh, I would get. Oh, I feel so good. I tell you, I would do an aftermath on this show. I just. Oh my god. Even if nobody would come, I would do it. I would do it. I don't care. I said, you see how it is. Look at his leg dangling. I really do. I really don't like McGregor. I really don't.
Say how you really feel. Tell us how you really felt about him. Underrated.
You really? Nah, you don't get my channel taken away. Let's say if I had a bat,
tend to have a difficult time
it's
deciding
done.
what climate change is, what they should do about it. You have Donald Trump who thinks
I tell you one thing. I would hit home runs when I swung at McGregor. I know that for a fact.
He
And
just,
I'm just being nice saying that.
yeah, he is just a clown. I mean, we started out, he was a pretty decent guy, but I think it's just his reputation has caused his head swollen, and then to get that big check from the Mayweather fight, and I think that's the reason why Dana White don't want his fighters to make any real money because he feel like they're gonna get to his level. He don't want any more like that. But the fact is, if people like Norma Demont's talking about how she barely has $50, if other fighters are struggling, if they can't have sponsors anymore because of thinks that Reebok, would take these contracts with Reebok and Venom, I mean, it's a struggle, and I watch the news and I watch stuff that comes on how people talk about how more people are quitting their jobs now, and not because they quit because they want to quit, they quit because they feel like they can find something better. And with everything that's happened since this pandemic, there are new things that open up. People can work from home. If it was possible for any fighters to work from home, they would. But it's just it's crazy. It's crazy how they put their lives in the line, their health. Some of these fighters end up with mental issues and physical issues that they could never recover from, and not getting barely getting paid, and not getting the benefits they need to take care of themselves afterwards. It's sad, and somebody like McGregor can go fight Floyd Mayweather, get a good chunk of change, and then he goes wild and all over the place. He could have really been a real stand-up guy. He could say, you know what, let me take a fighter and promote him. Let me build him up a little bit. Let me step from fighting and become a promoter. Become a manager or something like that. Be something. But you know what? It's about him. Nobody else is that important. I mean, I don't think his kids are even that important to him.
Yeah. Oh, let me say thank you for the super chat. Eyes love to talk. Thank you so much. Very much appreciated. Very much appreciated. For the bottom of my heart, very much appreciated. Thank you. And well, anything else, brothers?
Yeah. Let me ask the brother watcher one more question. So
Okay.
what do you think of the next fight, Vettori and Paulo Costa? Because that's the next fight night.
I think Vittori's got to whoop Costa's ass. He's gotta get up in his face and push him back. Remember, he's been in there with harder hitters already, and like Israel, who's probably the hardest hitter at middleweight. Kevin Holland, a couple others that I can't think of at the top of my head. But again, like Costa can't fight, in my opinion, and I say that in terms of when it gets tough. Like he can't, he's not shown it. Like the Romero fight, Romero was like 42 years old, and Romero threw the fight because he was showboating a bit as well. Apart from that, I don't see any like mental fortitude that he can bring because Vittori's a big guy. They're like the same size, pretty much, and like Vettori wrestles better, in my opinion. He has a better engine on him. Naturally, not with steroids, and I think Vettori, man, he's gotta bust him up. He's gotta put a pace on him. And he's gonna bust him up, and Costa's going, man. I don't rate Costa. Big for nothing.
Okay.
You talk about Paula, like you talk about Paula Pasta.
Yeah, that was a pretty good breakdown.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But just one more question. So Leon Edwards and Jorge Masvidal just got announced. So what do you think of that one?
He got a what?
I said Leon Edwards versus Jorge Masvidal just got announced.
Oh shit. That's a good fight. All right, George, I can hear the feedback on your thing. Good fight. You know what? I give Jorge a better chance now because look, I know Nate Diaz only hit Leon once, but he jumped out. I'll wait for him to come back. I think he'll come back in a minute. But that's a good fight, like I don't think it's easy for either one. Jorge is good at fighting tall guys, But it's going to be interesting to see how Leon uses the kicks because I've seen Leon head kick people and body kick people, and he's really good with his range. But yeah, I think Jorge is going to have to. He's going to have to be aggressive and make sure he doesn't get hit on the way in because Leon's good with those elbows. But Leon is chinny, man. Both guys are damaged. I mean, they took some damage in their last fights. So, I give the power advantage on the hands to Jorge. In terms of, body kicks, head kicks, I'd probably give it to Leon. And, they both throw very good elbows. That would be a really good fight. I don't think that's going to go to points. I think Leon I don't know, he's good with his technique. And Leon can fight. He's a bad dude. I know he doesn't finish people like Jorge, but his way of breaking you down is different. Like he does it in a very technical way. He likes to marinate you a bit, like he kind of did with Nate. He barely got hit in that fight until the last freaking minute, which was his fault because he didn't listen to his coach. But Very good fight. That's a must happen. That's a great fight.
Right.
Oh,
I'll say this though. That might be Jorge's last fight because reason why I say that because Jorge, he's already have a career in AEW, and it seems like he's having a lot of fun over there. So this might be his last fight in MMA that you might actually see him because in AEW they pay him a lot of money just to show up. So why the fuck would he just keep taking a beating where he could just go over to AEW and he could just make so much money? But um, we'll see. I'm trying to remember. Did he like sign an extension with the UFC? I'm trying to remember though.
Yeah, like a 5-6 fight deal, like a new contract. And that's his new contract. So he's in good hands. I mean, my whole thing is that he got his ass whooped as of recent, badly.
Right.
And
Right.
that's a lot of damage. Okay. Usman, in my opinion, has ruined his career now. He really has.
and
He's still popular, but I'm telling you, dude, like Jorge had 2 opportunities. He had the advantage in both of them as well. So, and Usman still beat him pretty easily both times. So, he's gonna win this one because, and like I give Jorge a lot of credit, man, because like he took the fight with Leon. Like I heard Gilbert Burns talking shit because he got his ass whooped as well and struggled with Stephen Thompson. Yeah, he got the win, but at least Leon and Jorge are fighting. Like all these other guys are just being divas now. Like at least Jorge is doing something about it. Like he's going out there to fight. He's not waiting around like these divas.
and also Jorge, he has his own little organization. He has Game Bread, where he has fight. I think he had a fight about a couple weeks ago. Also, a lady who I follow and who I just interviewed by name Danielle Wynn. She's supposed to be fighting on his next thing coming up in the end of this month. So he got his he has his hands outside of the sport also. So he's probably just getting himself ready. We say, you know what, I'm done. I'm retired. All the years of fighting beside Kimbo Slice and then fighting the UFC. It's time for me to go ahead and because he how people call him, they call him Street Jesus.
All right. Yeah.
Oh, I want to make sure that you think that was a good idea for Bellator to have their pay-per-view the same time as the UFC's did?
No. I think they should have I think they should separate that. I think if UFC will have it like on a Friday, they should have it on a Saturday, something like that.
I think they might have done a little better because the fact is they did have their card was they only had maybe 2 women fights on the card, and then you had a title match on the as the main card, and then you had Vader versus Corey Anderson on that card. Yeah, and I think Ryan Bader needs to go ahead and he needs to think about retiring too. He took a whooping on that fight. He took a whooping.
He's done.
Yeah.
Well, he cooked.
He's done. He is done. And he talked all that shit years ago about Cormier saying, like, remember when Cormier's like, I want the easiest fight in the division? Because Cormier kept fighting everyone. He said, I want the easiest fight in the division. I want Ryan Bader. And Bader tried to start a freaking fist fight with him at the press conference. And then he ended up getting kicked out. Then he ended up getting his ass whooped. Bader is a fraud now. Like at this moment, yeah, like even a little bit before, he's a fraud. Okay, like he got his ass whooped, and that right hand that landed from Anderson didn't even land that clean. I mean, what was it on the ear or something?
That's what I'm saying. It wasn't. That's what I'm saying. And he went down like that.
And he could have survived that. He really could have because like Corey was. He was beating his ass, but he could have held on or got a better position on the ground.
But brother, watch, he didn't want to.
Yeah.
No.
And also the referee was save him.
These fighters aren't smart. They don't use their ring smarts in there. They got a full guard. Just hold on. Like, just hold. Like, they got the strength to do it even when they're hurt. They got the technique. They've trained in these positions, but they just give in, man. I'm telling you. Like, they don't have their wits about them when it comes to, being in those really bad situations. Like he is in no position to criticize anyone now. Like he freaking he goes ass with plenty of times, man. You think Daniel Cormier would have struggled with Ryan Bader? I mean,
no.
come on, man. Like that was
know.
embarrassing when I saw that. I
Not
was like, listen, you're asking for an ass whooping.
not not fat fit DC who goes to the the Shoney's bar 10 times a day. No.
Like, do you remember when Bader won the heavyweight championship in Bellator? They were going
That
on
was a
about
joke.
like, oh, they were like, oh, who did he beat? Fatal, yeah. Like Fatal is like, you know, he's in the wind now. Like he like, come on, like he's freaking like 1,000 years old now.
Yeah.
Okay, Cormier, like he beat like real contenders and real champions. You know, the guys that were the cream of the division. They were up there. And like when Bader won the championship in I think 2018, and then Cormier won it in against Stipe, and then he beat Derek Lewis. Everyone was going on like, oh, you know, they should do a crossover like of Bellator versus UFC. You know, they're both double champs. They both got their light heavyweight and heavyweight belts. I'm like, dude, no.
Like,
You know, we're never gonna see that crossover because you know Dana White don't like Scott Coker. Scott Coker don't like Dana White. You know,
Scott Coker treats his fighters better.
yeah, he let them have their because like even though Bellator don't have the money compared to the UFC, and Coach mentioned this before because he talks to some of the fighters say, oh, they wouldn't mind going, but they rather stay where they're at because they feel more appreciated. To get more opportunities. I mean, a fighter who I've been chatting with, Jessica Barga, the Black Widow, she got a chance to fight to fight one of the top 5 women in the division. And that's a great opportunity. Even though you're not ranked, you got a chance to fight a ranked fighter. Dana wouldn't give that to anybody else.
Only unless that if you stroke Dana's or you stroke Dana's pride, if you know what I mean.
Stroke his shade bald, Lex Luthor looking head.
He's just like so like mad these days. Like he's like angry. Like I don't understand the dude. Like you're just in a position where you can make certain things happen. Like I just find it funny how like Ngannou is still like not happy with his arrangement with the UFC. And look at who he had to fight to get to the championship. Not only the first time, but the second time, right? To get up to that position. But a guy like Yuri Prohaska, whatever his name is, has 2 fights. And he's getting a title shot all of a sudden. And I mean, you could go off other examples. Chimaev, he can't pick a weight class. Like he wants to, like he's a middleweight. If we're being real about it, he's a middleweight, but he don't want to fight there because they're a bit too big for him there. I don't know, man. These guys, they're not serious.
And then what? And what's the point to have an interim champion? You have a champion. You just gotta settle on I mean, what's the point of that?
Do you remember though? Dana's like, oh, boxing is like so broke, there's WBC, IBF, there's all these belts. Yeah, dude, like you fucking like made a belt, dude, for like you made a belt for Justin Gaethje, like out of nowhere. Like, you full of shit. Like you got nothing, dude. You got no credibility.
If you're gonna make a title, make one for the flyweight division because no one's gonna beat Valentin Shevchenko. Let's in here. What? Let's go ahead. I know your girl's too afraid of Valentina, so we'll create an in-rhythm belt for y'all, so you don't have to fight her anymore. It's crazy. It's just crazy.
Yeah, exactly. All right, y'all. Make your Jane, brother George, make your last remarks. And Scott can make your last remarks, and Brother Watson make your last remarks. Then stay right there, make my last remarks. We're gonna close it out as a family.
Okay, last man come in, make his last remarks.
No, I want it that way.
I can't run anything here, can I?
No.
Anyway, folks, it's fun to talk with you fellas and get your share approval. I really appreciate this time. Like I said, it's just, it was a subpar. It's been a subpar couple of weeks. Even though one of the fighters I support, Miss Lupe Gurriel, she lost her fight, but she stepped up. She made a record 7 days after her last fight, and you know she didn't win. That is a record. That's 7 days. That is something, because her last fight she won by armbar submission in the first round. And I had another time for her to turn around and then take this fight. She did pretty good. I wish she could have won it, but it's just it is what it is. As people like to say. But you know what? Also, I like to thank my brothers, Exeguche, the Watcher, Underrated, for bringing me on here. As you know, I also have a new name now. I call myself the Emperor of WMMA Talk, because the empire must expand. I cannot just be in just one division. I must expand my empire. And if y'all have time, um, in a couple of days, I'm having an interview with a lady who I did interview for a month, or Miss Tisha Tiger Street Thomas. She's a retired female bodybuilder and she just her documentary "I Am the Tigress" just won an award at a German film festival. And come by. You want to ask questions to her, talk to her. She's a nice lady. This is going to be our third conversation together. We go back and forth. But one time, our last one interview, she said she's going to fight me because I couldn't get to the link to it in time. But she's really cool. But like I said, support these fighters in MMA. They need support. They need us. Just give. Like I said, be. Like if you can reach out to a fighter, and in any kind of way you can help them. Like what I do is like, if you can help them anyway, just something, because they need it's hard for them to be such a violent sport, and that's all I gotta say about that.
Good. Thank you. Okay, brother. Gotcha.
First and foremost, I just want to thank my brother, Underrated Darkness, for making this MMA Talk 24 possible. Like I said, if it wasn't for me not telling him about this, we wouldn't be here tonight. But once again, though, I want to thank him. I want to thank my brother George Page and my brother the Watcher for this good afternoon talk that we had where we talked at MMA Talk. And also, I just wanted to thank the brothers and sisters in the chat room. I just want to say thank you for stopping by, hitting the like button to show the support. And also, like I said, stay tuned for more. Like I said, we'll be back next weekend to talk this MMA Talk. So please stay tuned. But like I said, have a good weekend. Please stay safe. Peace and love, everybody.
Thank you. All right, brother Watcher from Down Under.
Yeah, man. It was good to chop it up again. All you guys on the panel, it's always good, man. We always bring a good show, Even when we're talking shit about Dana White and, maybe roasting a couple fighters here and there. It's good, man. It's good talk, And again, salute to the chat, people that came through. Hit the like button as well. I'm sure Underrated appreciates that. And yeah, man, I should be on for next week. So yeah. Looking forward to it.
Definitely, and then also, brother Watcher too. I'm going to see the link because we're going to talk about some boxing too. So watch out for the link for that this coming week. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Watch out for that. I'm going to do a chop up. If the link is in the chat, with the brother name is Brother Ice Turner Senior. That's going to be 10:05 tonight Eastern Standard Time. The link is in the chat, so I want y'all to go check. If y'all up, please go check it out. Go check out his channel, please. But I will do a chop up with him on this channel at 10:05 p.m. I want to thank your brothers again for the great MMA talk. I want to thank y'all so much for always supporting this, even sometimes that there are quite a few people refuse to support it, but you always show up. And we got some special here, and it's going to take time to grow and stuff like that. So We just got to keep on at it and stuff. Oh yeah, thanks for Eyes Love to Talk. Thank you for the super chat. That is greatly appreciated. So thank you so much. And if you anybody that travel to your destination or home, you single, you travel with family or travel with friends or associates of anybody, be safe out there. Take extra safety precaution because the climate out there is real. Michael Johnson talk. What's good? What's good? Appreciate you. Because the climate out there is real and we do not want nothing to happen to y'all. So, on behalf of my channel, Underrated Darkness, yours truly, the number one grinder, this is the end of the Underrated MMA Sports Talk number 24. Number 25 will be next week, next Sunday, same time. And we're going to be at it again. But throughout the week, stay blessed. Stay blessed. Stay blessed. This one is Ghost. Peace.
Peace.